show for you tonight. Big show. It's going to be a great show. I just listened to JD Vance on the Joe Rogan podcast, and JD Vance just put Justin Gaethje's business on blast on the podcast. Also, JD sounds like he's a little out of touch, and Joe Rogan maybe needed to push him a little harder on some questions. We're going to get into all that. What is really going on? Has everyone lost the plot? Because what I hear out in public, what I hear in the gym, what I hear in the comments, what I hear on the chat, what I hear on my Instagram sounds very, very different than the lines of questioning that was asked to JD Vance by Joe Rogan. We're going to get into all that, plus what he said about Justin Gaethje. And he has some comments about your guy's favorite fighter, Josh Hokett. He was talking about the Michelle Obama comments. We're going to get into all that as well. Big show for you. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm going to check the chat right now. My name is King David MMA. I'm a professional MMA champion, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I coach at Extreme Couture, guys, and I'm on the pro team there. So I have a lot of inside information as to what's going on because I know all these people. We got John Dong in the chat with the pink wavy hand emoji. What's up, John? How you doing? Good to have you here today. Make sure you tap the like button and make sure you got subscriptions on because hey, listen, man. If somebody's not subscribed to the channel, bro, fuck you, dog. Like, I rock with my subscribers. I appreciate my subscribers, man. Listen, there's about 640 of us right now, but we're strong as fuck. And we're growing. And we're building. Let's freaking go, guys. If you're subscribed to the channel, thank you. I absolutely love you. Because sometimes I see people who aren't subscribed in the comments, and they have dumbass takes. So feel free to go in on them. I support that. Make sure you go to Studio Millions. Studio Millions will get your gym right. Pack your gym full of students. Send your coach there if you do not own your own gym. And make sure you check out Fight Circus, home of the freak show fights. Guys, let's get right into it. Big show for you tonight. JD Vance puts Justin Gaethje on blast. What the fuck is going on with his lighting? JD Vance puts Justin Gaethje on blast on Joe Rogan. And I think he lost the plot. First of all, JD seems completely lost when it comes to UFC. He also seems completely lost on several other subjects. Now, I don't know if he's playing like he's lost or if he really doesn't know what's going on, but some of the stuff Joe Rogan was bringing up, man, dude, you're the vice president. How do you not know what he's talking about? Let me read the chat real quick. We got Tycoon Troy saying, we are strong AF. You know how we do, bro. Let's freaking go. Yeah, so Justin Gaethje was just at the White House, and JD Vance was there. He's the vice president. So he sees Justin Gaethje, and he's like, hey, Justin, man, between me and you, bro, what's up, dog? You fighting again? What's going on? And Justin Gaethje tells JD Vance, oh, man, I told my mom I was done, so I'm not going to fight anymore. And then JD goes and tells everybody, tells the world on Joe Rogan, man, puts him straight on blast. I'm being a little bit playful with that one, but yeah, I don't think Justin cares that JD Vance went on Joe Rogan and told that, but apparently Justin's done, guys. He promised his mom he was done. As we've seen with Khabib and his career, he told his parents he was done. He's done. So people are assuming Justin Gaethje is going to honor that commitment, and by people, I mean Brendan Schaub, because he brought up the Khabib situation. And Joe Rogan kind of pressed a little bit. I think Joe Rogan thinks that Justin Gaethje is going to fight again, but guess what, man? The Conor fight's gone. The Conor fight is gone. Conor's knee's gone. Conor needs rehab. Conor needs a whole lot of shit. That's the fight that Justin should have stuck around for, but that fight's gone. So he's got to pop out. He's got to ride off into the sunset. Let's hope they do a nice piece for him. Let's hope they put him in the Hall of Fame. He leaves on top, and then we get a new situation going on. We get like Patty versus Ilya for the belt. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make it real controversial, because then Armin's still on the sidelines. That's a good fight for whoever wins the belt. If it's Ilya or if it's Armin, they're going to pop off on each other. And if it's Patty, well, guess what, man? If Patty wins the belt, Patty's going to bring fucking eyeballs to the division. So let's fucking go. Also, on the Joe Rogan podcast, he brought up the files. So here's the issue that I have with certain podcasts, and not Joe Rogan as a whole, but in specific, when you get these dudes on, and we're alleging that they're coming on open, they're going to answer any question. Let's say you bring up the entanglement that we're in overseas. And then JD's response is like, yeah, man, we got to make sure that Iran doesn't get those big things that go boom, right? Like, and you just kind of leave it at that. But the streets are talking, and the streets are going, bro, we've heard that for 30, 40 years now. They haven't got them. They're not going to get them. They're not close to get. What are we talking about? Who told you that information? Somebody over. Wait. And then you trusted that, and then you went to on that behalf. Like, break that down for us, step by step. You know what I mean? Like, prove your case. If you're really saying that the narrative that we're being told that they're going to build this thing over there that's a problem for everybody, and we got to stop them. That's why we did this. And now we're in a worse situation with oil than we were before had we just not done anything. Then you got to make the case. And the host has to press people, bro. They have to press them. Same thing with the files. Hey, man, what's up with the files? Oh, man, yeah, I think there's something there, man. We didn't get too much information out of that. We didn't get like a complete list of names or anything. Oh, well, what about the redacted stuff and the unredacted names? And like, oh, yeah, man, there's probably more to it. Like, what, dog? What, like, ask him a serious question. Hey, is the problem that there's so many people involved that we would need to like arrest the president of every country? And then when we say arrest the president of every country, like who's doing the arresting? Because the people that are going to judge and, be the people that give the order to send the arrest warrants out and all that are on the list too. And then the judges are on the list too. And like, is it that dire of like, what's like, press him, bro. Press him, man. And, maybe everybody's out of touch these days, but that's what I'm hearing in the streets. And I'm not a fucking geopolitical expert by any means. I got out of talking about politics because I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm getting information from Instagram Reels. That's what I'm doing. And clearly, the shit that I got sold is not the shit that ended up happening. And so I had a lot of hope. I still have hope. I'm like, hey, man, I'm sure everybody's got a plan. I'm sure there's some bigger picture going on here. And everything's going to turn out good in the end, because over the course of time, if you look at history from like the beginning of humanity till now, we have way less violence, way less disease, way less poverty. Things are trending upward in a positive direction over time. But in the short term, if you're going to have people on the pod, man, you got to press them. There's like two things people give a fuck about: the war overseas and the files. And if the podcast is only about those two things and you just double down on question after question after question, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean we didn't get anything out of it? What about the names? Oh, well, yeah, there's some name. Well, what has been done about those names? What's the holdup? Is it a judicial problem, or is the judge, like, is it the attorney general? Like, where does the fucking buck stop? What is your personal conversation with the president been? What do you got to say about his name being in there? What's your on the record case about that? Is that just fake news from the Democrats? Well, like, or, oh, he was just hanging out at a party and the dude was just like, those are allegations in there? Or those, like, press somebody. So let's take the overseas entanglement, right? They're going to get this big problem. Oh. Okay, cool. And you're sure of that. You have solid intelligence. You're going to put your reputation as vice president of the United States on the line and saying you trust the information that you have on that. And that is 100% what they were trying to do. They were building towards that. They were close. And we had to go in, or they would have got it. And we had to go in there. We absolutely had to. That's your stance as the vice president? What? Press the dude like that. Don't just go, oh yeah, okay, cool. Oh yeah, no, we don't want him to get that. It's like, imagine this. This is a caffeinated beverage. And I tell you, hey, this Whole Foods brand needs to be stopped, man. They're putting 10,000 milligrams of caffeine in every ounce of this soda, and they need to be stopped, and we need to shut down Whole Foods. And you're like, yeah, dude, we can't have 10,000 milligrams of caffeine in every ounce of soda. That's crazy. Whole Foods needs to be shut down without even checking to see if I'm telling the truth. Like, dude, where did you get that information from, bro? It says 34 milligrams on the can. They're third-party tested. There's an entire infrastructure of the Food and Drug Administration that regulates what's put on the label. I don't believe you that there's 10,000. Okay, maybe I believe you. Whatever. I trust, but I verify. So, hey, we're going to roll with your story that they're building this, that, and the other thing over there. We're going to roll with that story, but verify it for me, bro. Because I'm from the show me state, okay? You got to show me some shit. I can't just have you on the pod, bring it up, you gloss over it like it's no big deal. I just go along with whatever you say, and then we start talking about how come Josh Hokett can't finish an armbar. Was Derek Lewis just that tough? Man, he was in that armbar for 30 seconds getting his arm broken. Dude, if his arm was breaking, he would not have been there for 30 seconds. What are we talking about? And I get, it's okay, he's totally lost on UFC. He's not presenting himself as a UFC subject matter expert. If you were to ask me what were the technical problems with the armbar, I could answer them because I am an expert in that field. And if I didn't have the answers, that would be a problem. I'm not expecting JD to have the answers on the armbar. I'm expecting him to get pressed by the podcast host, whoever it may be. In this instance, it was Joe Rogan. Holler at him, Joe. What's up, dog? Break it down for me. I'm fucking retarded, dog. Break it down so I understand it. Because I'm hearing a lot of crazy theoretical shit happening. So in order to stop the crazy theories, I need you to present such a solid case with your articulate, well-spoken ass that I'm convinced that, dude, these motherfuckers are on point. They know what they're doing. I would have liked that in the episode, personally. Maybe I'm the minority here. Maybe I'm the minority. Maybe everybody else says that, hey, whatever, we just rock with it, man, whatever, right? Maybe, I don't know. But when I go out in the public, it sounds like everybody's got questions, and I'm like trying to be Mr. fucking positive over here, like, oh man, I'm sure there's a lot of information that we don't have that's important. They're like, but unless they explain, and isn't the duty of the person who is co-signing on this thing that several people are recommending troops go over there, like, isn't it their duty to explain to the public that's funding all of this and is sending potentially their children, like, over there, God forbid, like, to give us a fucking, like, a breakdown? I'm not saying national security shit. I'm just saying, like, listen, brother, I'm putting my name and my reputation on it. I fucking pinky promise you, Joe Rogan, that this is absolutely happening, and we absolutely have to put a stop to it. And I swear on my life, my children's life, my wife's life, my mother's, everybody, that this had to happen. And if he's not doing so, but then in the interview, he's kind of saying that, like, it didn't have to happen, right? He's kind of like trying to, hey, I want to get elected as the next president, and this is unpopular, so I'm kind of going like, hey, my job is to support the president at where we're at right now. Whether I would have done things differently or not, my job is to support him now. And I think that right now, we're making the best decisions we can. So you're implying, because what that means is right now, we're making the best decisions that we can. And you're non-verbally juxtaposing that, or subconsciously juxtaposing that to, we weren't making the best decisions before, but now we are. That's the implication that's given by that sentence. So let's address the before part, because if we're making the best decisions now, that's not a problem. How did we get here so we can prevent it in the future? We're not over here trying to be super critical of a motherfucker just to be super critical. We're not trying to go, hey, bro, you look orange. No, bro, we rock with that. My uncle's Hulk Hogan. He invented the orange tan, dog, and the blonde hair. The golden blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? The bright bronze orange tan. We rock with all that. We like the American flags. We like the jets flying over the White House. We're here for the White House event. We like Justin Gaethje backflipping, the American one. We support all that. All we're saying is, hey, how did we get here? Where'd the intelligence come from? Who gave it to you? If they're a trusted source, are you going to put your name on it and co-sign on it? Okay, you're not. So then where's the breakdown in communication? And why are we relying on sources that you're not willing to put your name on? Or put your name on it publicly. Stand on it, bro. Like, maybe I'm fucking... Anyways, maybe it's the caffeine talking. Maybe it's this, summer air. But I'm on one today, guys. And shout out to Joe Rogan and JD Vance. I believe everybody's doing the best they can, right? So these are just... These are as an outside observer, just seeing what I see, hearing what I hear, trying to voice the opinions and the feelings of people who may feel unheard. That's it. And maybe they're doing the best they can. Maybe that's the best they could have done on the pod today. And if it's not, that doesn't mean they got bad intentions. It just means maybe they didn't think the whole thing through. Like, hey, I'm going to bring up the two most important subjects in the country right now that everybody's on. And I'm not going to stop until I either get an explanation or him fucking verbally vouching and putting his name and reputation on it. Press him like, hey, bro, so the intelligence was good. You're willing to put your name on it. Are you willing to put your political 2028 campaign on it? Meaning, if it turns out that the intelligence was bad, we don't elect you as president. Are you willing to say that? Are you willing to go there? Oh, you're not. Okay, so you're not vouching for this. So then what really happened, and how do we not let that happen moving forward? Or is it the fucking situation, what is it more complex than that? Then, hey, listen, this is a Joe Rogan podcast. We got 3 hours, dog. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. Hey, man, let's bring out the whiteboard and write X's and O's on it. You know what I mean? Let's draw a little straight and let's draw a little arrow here and explain. Let's break it down. And we're not popping out of here until we get to the bottom of it, brother. I'm here, bro. You know what I mean? You're here to serve the country. I'm here to serve. Let's go, dude. Let's make America great again, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me read the chat real quick. Let me read the freaking chat. Some days I get on one, guys. Some days, you know what I mean? And this is me being non-political. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the coolest part. They say when you get a black belt, when you feel like you're not ready for a black belt, that's when you're ready for a black belt. It's kind of like that. Because as you go up, like when you start out and you're like a blue belt, you're like trying to coach other blue belts and show white belts how to do shit. And you don't know that you don't know shit. And then as you become a black belt, you realize like, dude, I know some shit, but there's so much more I don't know. It's the old fucking adage, right? That the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know, or more I know, I realize I don't know. And it's really like that. And that's how I feel about politics is like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on. The more certain I felt about things in the past, the more I was like, whoa, did not see that coming. So there must be pieces on this board that are being moved that I don't see or understand or am even aware of. So anyways, let me read the chat, right? So that's why I'm just like, this is me being non-political, by the way. We're just asking questions. Just two bros on a podcast, right? And we're just saying, hey, man, just ask each other a couple deep questions that the public wants, you know? So I still find it hilarious that before the White House card, so many people were complaining that McGregor wasn't on it. Dude, can you imagine if McGregor's knee would have popped off on the fucking White House card, bro? That would have been clown shoes. That would have been absolute clown shoes. They've been saying all that BS for like 15 years. These people aren't people like we are. It's sick, dude. I think Cannonier beats CLD. Am I tripping? The betting odds say I am. So I don't know too much about CLD. I'd have to go watch him, but I say Cannonier's legit. People are saying that he's old and, stuff like that, but listen, man, sometimes a motherfucker has experience. You know what I mean? A savvy veteran. Let's fucking go. I'll pick Cannonier too. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Hey, Troy, when one of us goes to war, we all go to war. Let's fucking go, bro. If you're picking him, I'm picking him. We ride at dawn. Let's fucking go, dude. All right. John Hogan. Hi, everyone. Wave your hand emoji. What's up? What's up, John Hogan? How you living, bro? Don't let the betting odds dictate your pick. The betting odds said Izzy would beat Strickland. Kopilov would beat Paulo Costa, etc. Yeah. I agree. The betting odds sometimes are fucking cooked. In 2012, I was passing out flyers on the strip, trying to keep us going to war in Iran. That's like 20 years ago. Same story. Yeah, bro. So you probably know more about it than I do, right? Like, to my understanding, we can't let them get stuff has been the story for however long. And I guess, in a way, there's the argument, yeah, we haven't let them get the stuff. That's why and they're trying to get it more. Now we got to step it up as they step it up, right? And then the counter argument is they haven't got it. They're not getting it. They told us the same thing. It's how they did the last time with Iraq. And so there's counterpoint, right? Oh, man, I wish Joe would have pressed his ass. And not in like an aggressive, like confrontational way, but like in a genuine, like, bro, listen, I mean this with a good heart and like an open mind. Let's have a conversation, brother. Like, let's really get down to it. And I think if you could explain it to the people super articulately, super in depth, the people are smart enough that they'll understand what you're saying. Like, really explain the situation. And I think people will rock with you in 2028. And the other thing is this. We're in a new economy in terms of information and celebrity and influence. And I'm not sure that all the politicians have quite caught up. So on last night's live, we were discussing authenticity. And I believe that he may be playing between being authentic, where he did not want to go into the conflict over there, versus staying on the course that the leader has told him to be on. And he's playing a game. Like, I rock with this guy. He put me on. So I kind of rock with what he's saying, even though I disagree with what he's saying. But publicly, I can't say that. Whereas there's got to be an authentic way to go, hey, man, listen. Two people can have different beliefs that can both be right. I believe we should not have gone over there. I also believe that President Trump made an amazing decision based on the information that he had and his value structure and his goals. Now, we see differently, but we're united in our mission to do X, Y, and Z. Whether we get there through diplomacy, which is what I would have attempted, or through military means, which is what he felt was necessary because he felt diplomacy was not going to work, the mission remains the same. You get what I'm saying? Like, kind of rock with him like that, but also then like, dude, tell us what you would have done differently, bro. Or maybe you just come on and just start talking like, hey, the economy's great, man. Gas prices are super low. MAGA. Maybe. I don't know. Is that what they hear? I guess you just say it 11 times. Maybe somebody will believe it. I know that's right, John Don. I can't even type that shit without laughing. Laughing emoji. They will never put their names on anything. These cats are slicker than greased up bullshit politicians. I mean, if it's war, it's war. I got your back, homie. I can't fight. I can shoot. Dude, no. Yeah. So we should be clear, because we're talking about some interesting subjects on this live, that when I'm like, when one of us goes to war, I mean picking Cannoneer to win. I'm talking about supporting a UFC fighter. I'm not talking about any kind of like real world violent activities ever at all. Never do that. Anyone ever in the future. Never misinterpret anything I'm saying. I'm fucking Mr. Peaceful in my backyard with my fucking bare feet in the grass doing breath work. That's what I believe in. You know, for the lurkers, right? Info flows way faster now, but less people talk in person, so you got to be careful who you rock with. You never met them. The internet took over everything since. Interesting. That's crazy. Storage auctions are online. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. That's an industry that I would not have thought would have not bounced back to in person after the lockdowns. That's wild. Wow. I never even thought about that. I would have never known that. See, man, you learn something new every day, right? That's why I pop on here with you guys, because I'm learning shit. Let's fucking go. Yeah, so I feel like maybe they kind of lost the plot. There's essentially two subjects that everybody's on, at least in the sphere of people I fucking navigate through, which, to be fair, is almost 100% UFC, MMA fighters, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, Muay Thai guys, fighters, or practitioners. So I might be in some kind of skewed sample size, but that's what I'm hearing from everybody. And I feel like they lost the plot a little bit on the pod. So anyway, with the Justin Gaethje thing, this is the point I wanted to make with the Justin Gaethje thing, is that if that was Justin Gaethje's last fight, unless medical technology advances, and that's a whole other subject, merging with AI and fucking nanobots and shit. But unless medical technology advances, we're going to fucking die. So we got to get after it. We're not getting today back. So all this hippie bullshit you see with me, good vibes only, he's fucking doing breath work. Like, I'm not getting today back. I'm not going to have a bad day today. I'm going to have a good day. I am intentionally having good days. And I recently just set 5 goals because one of the coaches at Extreme Couture, his name's Justin James, and I do his wrestling class because it's fucking awesome, and we crank the heat up. We put the heater on. The heater goes up to 90, and it's a small room, and there's like 25 of us on the mat at a time. And the air don't leave, and it gets in the 100 degrees up there. It's like a fucking sauna, right? And that is the room where several local state champion, like high school wrestlers come to get the extra work because Justin's class is that intense. And then Justin was telling the high school kids to write your goals down. And then he was asking me my feedback about goals. And we talked about goals. And, you know, I have some unique thoughts on goals, which is like, we don't know what our potential is. So the goals we set with our current belief system are nowhere near the goals that are possible for us if we were able to see the future. So this version of me, if I could talk to 20-year-old me, would have told 20-year-old me, dude, there's way more possible for you than you even fucking can possibly conceive. So anyways, he has them writing down goals. So in order to help him lead by example, because he writes his goals down, I wrote my goals down. And so I've got some big goals for this year. I'll read them off to you guys. Hold myself accountable. Number 1, win a second pro MMA title. I got one pro title here. So actually, and to be clear, I said win a pro title. The reason why I worded it specifically like that, because listen, Gaethje might be done. We might never see him fight again. We're on limited time, guys. Whatever you want to do in life, do it now. If you want to quit your fucking job, dude, figure a fucking way out, man. Listen, bro, life is too fucking short. You want to fucking take your savings and move to Thailand? I've got a friend that's literally doing that. He's happier than he's ever been. He's not getting today back. And will I miss my friend when he bounces to Thailand? Yeah, I'll see him from time to time when I pop over there. But guess what? I'm happy for him, because if he's not feeling it here and he's feeling it over there, well, then go over there, bro. If you don't like the city you're living in, fucking move. If you don't like your social circle, get a new one. You want to try some sport? Try a fucking sport. Go play pickleball, dude. Whatever brings you joy, do that. All right, goal number 2. So I want to win a fight because I beat someone who went to fight in the UFC. So I beat them before they fought in the UFC, and then I sparred with them after, and I did really well, whatever. So in my head, I beat that dude. I beat a UFC veteran. But I've not beaten a UFC veteran after they fought in the UFC. So because Sean Shelby says I'm too old to fight in the UFC, I'm going to start beating up UFC veterans. Just to prove to whoever the fuck wants to fucking hear me rant about it that I can beat these motherfuckers up. Okay? So that's my second goal, is beat a UFC veteran. Then I want to fight on a huge platform, Misfits, MVP, or brand risk, right? Listen, dude. Sean Shelby, hey, man, I understand you have a criteria you go by. Totally cool with that. I'm going to be over here doing my thing. So I believe that I can fucking break records. I'm going to go over to brand risk. I'm going to go over to MVP. I'm going to go over to Misfits. I'm going to break some fucking records. So that's my third goal. My fourth goal is win gold at black belt in the gi or no gi. So I want to win, let's say, a Masters world title in either the gi or no gi at black belt. And I want to improve my overall professional MMA record to 14-3. Now, those are goals, right? And so if I want to achieve these, I need to become very clear on the person I need to be in order to achieve those. So to win, let's say, a second pro title, I need to be at a certain weight. Well, what does that mean? Eating healthy. I have to have a certain amount of protein. I have to have a certain amount of calories. I cannot exceed my calories on a frequent basis. If I exceed my calories, then I have to supplement with additional cardio. I have to be fucking disciplined, right? And so because I've set my goals, now I can envision the type of person that would achieve those goals. And then I can start modeling my behavior in a way to make those goals not only attainable, but inevitable. And what I want to say to you guys is this. The goal of setting the goal should not be, who do I need to become to be able to do this? It should be, what behaviors do I need to implement as the person who I am becoming in order that these goals, to not achieve them, would be fucking ridiculous, right? So not only, I don't want to be able to win my second, I want it to be inevitable. So who would I need to become? How good at martial arts would I have to be that I could pull up to any regional promotion, fight their champion, and fucking win, like, no matter what? How good would I have to be? Okay, well then what do I need to do that? How many practices is that? What's the level of skill development I need? What areas do I need to work in, right? What areas am I strong in that I can fucking double down on? How can I start to psychologically think about the fight in a way where I can frame the fight momentum to go in my direction, where I'm fighting this person, where they're weak, where I'm strong? Like, those are the questions that go along with the goals. And then every morning when I wake up, I thank God for another day. I imagine last night he offered me $10 million, but the caveat was, if I take the 10 million, I don't wake up today. So when I wake up, I go, thank you, God. Today is a $10 million day. I do breath work in bed. I do gratitude in bed. I write my goals on a whiteboard. I rewrite them every day. And then I write a physical, in cursive, gratitude list of things I'm grateful for. I sign it with a smiley face because I'm trying to pump my state up. Then I take my happy ass to the backyard, kick my shoes and socks off, stand in the grass barefoot, lay down, borderline butt ass in the grass, absorb the earth's energy, shoot my fucking negative energy into the grass, stay positive, get vibed up, charge with the sun. I got water in the sunlight, bro. I'm out here. You know what I mean? And that's to get the day started. So anyways, my point being, we only live once. Make the most of it. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Have a great night. I love you.